Hi guys, today I wanted to do a video on something that I think a lot of people, there's a lot of mistake around this. A lot of people don't know how to deal with it, and the topic is how to change accountants. So anyway, we're going to do a video because a lot of people don't know what's involved in changing accountants. We know that because when we do get new clients, and often there are some occasions where we do have clients move on for various reasons. It's not many, thankfully. But as we're getting new clients, a lot of them feel like, I've been with this guy for years or this girl and they're no good, but I just feel like it's been forever and it's hard to move. And I think people consider that it's just really problematic to change accountants. And the reality is it's actually very simple. And we know that because we're in the game, but I can understand that it's perceived as being a little bit tricky. So I'm going to outline what's involved in changing accountants. It's really quite simple. The first step, not surprisingly, is to find a new accountant. So I'm not going to get too heavily into how you should find what you should be looking for in a new accountant. There's obviously an awful lot of small business accounting firms out there. I think you want to look at one that's got enough people to be able to give you the service standard that you need. And I say that now, we'll soon to have 15 staff here covering a broad range of expertise. When we were smaller, it can be difficult to give everyone what they need on a timely basis, but I'm really comfortable with that we can do that very well now. But anyway, whatever. When you're trying to find a new accountant, speak to a few, perhaps ask some friends if they're comfortable with theirs. I think you really want to go with the one, and I say this regularly, that you get the sense really is legit and cares about you and your business and is not there just to serve their own needs. So, but at the end of the day, you're going to be taking a leap of faith because you won't know until you start working with them, and that's probably the same with many things. So find a new accountant, speak to them, ask for quotes and what have you so that you know exactly what you're going to be getting in for in the service, and figure all that out before you go to your accountant and tell them that you're moving on. So first thing is find a new accountant. Next step is to arrange for your old accountant to be notified that you're changing or moving on. So you can do this one of two ways. The first option is that you can directly, as the client, communicate with your old accountant and say, hey, thanks, I've been with you for a long time, I just thought, I wanted to move on and I've outgrown you or whatever you happen to be. You might have some more truthful things, that feedback for them. Option two is that you just ask the new accountant to directly get in touch with your old accountant and tell them that you're moving. And I think I'm increasingly seeing that to be the preferred solution, because we do get a lot of people come to us that are pretty unhappy with their previous accounting experience, and they've got no real desire to speak with them often, and they just say, look, can you guys, 360 Partners, just tell them directly? And of course we can, and that's perfectly legitimate. So what we do then, when the client said, yep, I want to come with you, I want you to notify my old accountant, we've got a requirement under CPA and CA bylaws, which govern our profession, to notify their previous accountant that we're taking this on. They may or may not acknowledge that, generally speaking, they say, yep, understand, thanks, here are the files, because we request all of your files and work papers. So it's pretty seamless typically. And so by that point, we've got all of your data. We then will do step 3, which is our onboarding process, which is the sort of third step that your new accountant will need to take. And with that, what they do is they lodge various forms with the tax office and ASIC related to appointing the new firm as your registered agent for all of those items. And that, again, that's one form for each entity. For ATO and ASIC, you'll sign those as the client. They'll lodge those electronically, and bang, immediately you're onto their systems. You're on, from an ATO and government point of view, you're onto their internal systems, and all your records are with them, and you're done, and you've moved on. And it's pretty simple, really. So the actual process is, as you can tell there's really just 3 steps. There's not a lot of pain involved. And I do encourage people, if you are unhappy with the service you're getting at your accounting firm, go and speak to some others. Like most industries, I'd say 20% of the accountants out there for business are really very good and really very engaged. Unfortunately, there are a lot of pretty ordinary accountants out there. Just don't accept substandard service, because you're probably still paying a lot of money, and there are better ways, and you can save yourself a lot of tax. So that's the process for changing accountants. Hopefully that's been helpful. Again, if you've got any questions, by all means sing out. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.